I just heard from somebody who had spent some time with step 3, the previous video, and he said, Ron, you missed a great opportunity. I go, well, I'm sure I did. What was that? They said, one of the best ways to maximize metabolism is to clean out the insides. It's to clean out the liver, do a liver detox, just, and they said, and you've got great products. And I will tell you that this might be my one chance to talk about my favorite. I've always had great detox teas in my cupboard, but I've never had any better than Detox, a natural balanced detox tea, one of the latest. So you just see all the fun things that you have to look forward to. There you go. See, I start getting excited and playing with my materials here. If I went away for a second, that was me. Here's where we go next. I can tell you, 25 years, and I'll say it again, I started with a product called Natural Trim with a group of people back in Kansas City back in 1995. And I haven't gone away from this topic since. Can you imagine how many thousands of people we've worked with over those years? Why am I bringing this up? I think if I've had a frustration during that time, it was all about highs and lows. It was high carbs or low fats or high protein or what's with all these percentages and high this and high that? How many types of foods did we say that God gave us? 3, right? Everything is either a protein, which we've already talked about. It's a carb, and we're going to talk about 2 different major categories of those, or it's a fat. We're going to tie these all together. But now I'm going to give you something that may challenge your thinking. And stay with me, please. It may not. You might be just fine with this. But this could be one of those things where you're going to say to yourself, aha, I'm going to have to think about this one because I'm not sure how this fits into my 3 Ds, or my 5 Ds, rather. I believe that the best way to think about the 3 types of food is a third, a third, a third. You can say 30%, 40%, 35%. You can play around. I don't care. I don't count calories. I don't count this stuff. I just go for ways of learning how I can get. You see, we talked about protein. I want to get 3 good servings of protein a day, and that'll probably give me about a third of the calories that I need for the day. So stay with us as we talk about this and as we write things and send them to you and so forth. We're going to get protein, and we're going to get healthy carbs, and we're going to get healthy fats, and we're going to put it all together. By the way, I've always called this the eating equation, but it came to me today. I think it's really a food formula. Who cares? Who cares what we call it? Here's the point. What we want to do is to figure out a simple way that we can cover these different types of foods to maximize our chances for daily health. So can we, I realize there's so much more we can talk about, but can we leave protein here for now? We say we're going to get a protein serving probably 3 times a day. It may only be 3 or 4 ounces, but chances are I'm going to get roughly a third or my protein needs covered. There's 2 real categories, perhaps, if I can use that word, for carbs. And this doesn't have to be complicated because we don't call them carbs, so don't even think about. The first contains vegetables and fruits. So that's one category. So here's what I want you to think. Vegetables, from this point forward, I don't even want you to think about it. I just want you to eat them. You know, we used to tell people, eat all you will. Some poor guy looked at me and said, all I can? I said, no. That's not what he said. Get the words right. Eat all you will. In other words, if you like certain types of vegetables, eat them. Don't even think about it. So we have vegetables over here. By the way, I should tell you, there's a couple of vegetables in the body that act like starch. And those especially are corn and potatoes. Great for us, but don't necessarily eat all of those that you will. But you know, when it comes to vegetables, eat all you will. And then fruits, real quickly. Most of us have been so careful about fruits. Now, here's the good news. We don't have to worry about that anymore because we have our emulant, our sugar manager. Enjoy fruit. Enjoy small servings. Enjoy your favorite types of fruits. Take your emulant and just do this favor. Don't drink fruit juice, or if you do, keep it a couple of ounces or mix it in with your waking water in the morning or something like that. The body can't handle all the sugar in fruit juice. See, the good stuff's been taken out of it. The fiber has been taken out of it, and all of the rutins and the pectins and all of them are taken out of it. So as far as your fruits and vegetables, manage the fruits a little bit, but enjoy the vegetables. The other carb category would be called starchy carbs. And you'll want to have a couple of those a day. We talked about the fact you might have a potato, you might have a slice of bread. Of course, you're going to have a little starchy carb. Keep it around 2. So where are we? Vegetables, all you will. Fruits, maybe 2. Starchy carbs, maybe 2. Okay. What about protein? We already said that, right? We're going to have 3. Well, what does that leave? That leaves healthy fat. And this is where, again, we may challenge your thinking. But folks, you have got to include roughly 1/3 of your calories as healthy fat. I'll never forget, I think this was 4 years ago. And somebody said, please give us an eating equation, give us some help with this. And we worked on this book and we put the whole thing together. And then we got right to the middle. And one of our team came up and said, could we make a list of healthy fats? I think at that point that was so strange, so foreign an idea. It was like, what do you mean healthy fats? I look for fat, calories, and I avoid those foods. No. Healthy fats. We know we need them, by the way. This information is caught up with most of us. Let me just page through my book and tell you what it says. It says, ever since fat was demonized, people started eating more sugar. As a result, the world has become fatter and sicker, but now times are changing. Let me start with my favorite by far, avocado. You say, well, wait a minute, that's a fruit. Somebody else said, no, it's a vegetable. No, it's got that thing in the middle, so it's a fruit. Great form of healthy fats. Number 2, we talked about hard cheeses. We're not talking about processed and pasteurized and that kind of stuff. Sorry, folks. Dark chocolate. What have we learned about some healthy types of very, very high content dark chocolates? Of course, we've already talked about whole eggs and we've talked about fatty fish. Nuts, let me go back. I was talking about nuts back in the protein, but quite frankly, you get into walnuts and you get into pecans and you get into some of these other types of nuts, and you're going to have all kinds of healthy fats. I mean, we keep little snack bags around during the day to get healthy fats. Believe it or not, one of the best, chia seeds. No, not a chia pet, like chia seeds. We'll talk more about that, but you can put them in smoothies. There's so much. And then, of course, we have the coconut oil and the extra virgin olive oil. I need to finish with one. I almost forgot. Man, it's a part of every day in this household. And you might say, I can't do it. My taste buds don't go there, but I will give you one chance to see if you could. I can't tell you how much full-fat yogurt we eat in this house. And if full fat scares you, go 2%. I'm not hung up on that especially. But you might even go Greek yogurt so that you're really getting the best chance of the very best food that you could with that. Try some yogurts, and I don't mean the kind that have a bunch of fruit in them, because then all of a sudden you got a whole bunch of added sugars. A serving of yogurt's going to have 8 to 10 grams of lactose or sugar in it, but try some. Now, here's the key. Most of the time, if Julie's making me a parfait, she'll put the yogurt in the bowl, and then she walks over and gets our little packet of our protein that I mentioned, an incredible dark chocolate flavored P4 protein. And she just uses a little whisk and stirs it in, and I get a chocolate yogurt that's got even more protein than it had before. See how exciting this is? What is step 4? To equalize our nutrients, to have a food formula, but not complicated. So what are we going to do? We're going to have all the vegetables we want, a couple of fruits, a couple of starchy carbs. We're going to have protein 3 times a day. We're going to have some healthy fats 3 times a day. And oh, by the way, don't forget, we're going to make sure we get plenty of fiber. That's why we eat all those veggies, right? Because the protein doesn't have fiber and the fat doesn't have fiber. And if it really is tough, I'm going to have to look at my stash here. I think I just emptied a bottle last night. We have an incredible Fiber Plus, a product that gives us fiber plus enzymes plus a probiotic. So there's always a way to accomplish the goal. But let's wrap it up again now for this week. See how far we've come already? We've already completed step 4, and now it's time for you to get to work on this food formula. But we're doing better on the hydration. We're watching the added sugars. We're doing the protein and all the rest of the foods. But now I want to make you a wager. I bet you energy is near the top of your list. I bet you're saying, where do I get the energy to make it through these crazy days? Come on back for step 5. We have some ideas. Thank you.